Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you've never stopped by my channel. It has been a long time since I actually did a full video. I think my last one was back at the end of August or whatever. So I am trying to do more videos. So here we go. This one's a Valentine video with the cutest little shot glasses, and I'm really excited to share this fun project with you. I am starting with some Hog snow globe shot glasses. I will link all the products that I use in this video below in the description box. Make sure you ask any questions if you can't find something that you're looking for that I am using in this video. I am just making sure that I'm scruffing up the glass because I'm going to put epoxy over the top of this, so I want to make sure that it adheres to the glass. So I'm giving it a little sanding with my, I don't even know what grit this is, but it's a pretty coarse sanding block, and then giving a spritz of alcohol, rubbing alcohol to rub off the residue from the sandpaper or the sanding block. And then I am ready to start filling it with my snow globe solution and glitter. In the past, I've done a lot of snow globe tumblers with glycerin and water, but this time I'm using Elmer's Magical Liquid, which is much thicker. I'm mixing that half and half with water, so 1-to-1 ratio. This will allow my glitter to be suspended a little longer and move more slowly as you give it a shake and let the tumbler sit a bit. So I think that's pretty cool. And so I'm going to use that. I've used this a couple times before already, and I really love the effect. So I'm going to put this in a squirt bottle, fill my snow globe shot glasses with just a little bit of the solution, and then add the glitter, and then give it a shake, and then put more solution in to fill it to the top. So I'm going to speed this up so you can see that process. And I am going to double layer some masking tape. So there's just a little portion of the sticky showing. Wrap that around the bottom of that tumbler so I can dump the glitter into that little area that I've enclosed. And then I'm going to tap it to get the glitter to drop down. These are pre-drilled tumblers, which makes it really nice. I have used my massage gun to move that glitter down, and I have cracked tumblers. And so because these are glass, I didn't want to take a chance. So I just sat there and I tapped the heck out of it with my knuckles repeatedly until the glitter was all moved down. So I bruised my knuckles just a little bit. That was a lot of tapping, but I got the job done, and I moved that glitter down. And once that glitter falls, then I'm going to put some more solution in over the top and then mix it up really good. The pre-drilled holes in these tumblers have like a little lip that just bends down a little bit, making it really hard to fill that liquid all the way to the top without bubbles. So I waited a couple days and then decided to order this pink squirt bottle off Amazon, and that helped a little bit, but it didn't have, I needed something that had a more drastic curve to it that was a little bit shorter. So what I did is I actually just took my pliers and I bent the straight needle nose on the needle tip on this little bottle here. And I made my own little curved bottle, which worked much better to get down, up, and around that little lip that extends downward. I still was not able to get rid of the bubbles entirely, which really drove me crazy. But I said, forget it. This is going to have to be good enough. And I just went with it. So I just did the best I could. A couple of them have a couple big bubbles, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. I am not finding my recording where I showed how I sealed those little stoppers, but it's really easy. I just, you saw me plug it with the stopper. After I did that, I just took paper towel, wiped away the standing liquid, and then I spread some rubbing alcohol over the top of a clean paper towel, rubbed down the bottom of that tumbler again, just to make sure that my UV resin would stick. And then I squirted just some of my UV resin right around the indentation where that stopper is to fill it up. And then I used my heat lamp, my UV lamp, to cure it. And you have to make sure that you don't have any liquid sitting around that stopper, otherwise your UV resin won't cure well. So now what I'm doing is I'm just taking some vanilla colored paint. I didn't want it to be like a stark white, so I'm using vanilla paint, and I'm just kind of brushing up and down, filling in most of the surface, but not all of it. I want this to be sort of a rustic appearance. So I want there to be some gaps between the paint colors, and I want them to not blend, but just sort of overlap one another. So for every single tumbler, I'm starting with the base of the vanilla color, and then I'm going to be alternating between shades of pinks. One tumbler is going to be shades of pinks, one's going to be purples, one's going to be greens, blues. What else did I do? I can't remember. Anyway, you'll see what colors I used in here. And the reason I took those two hearts, I printed those I cut those out of removable vinyl. The reason I put those two hearts on there is because after I paint, I am going to glitter. And then after I glitter, I'm going to remove those vinyl hearts so that there'll be a peekaboo window. You'll be able to see the see-through area that has the floating glitter, the suspended glitter. So that there should be a heart on each side. On a couple of these, I don't know how I did it, but I didn't center the hearts on directly one on one side of the tumbler and one on the other. So on two of these tumblers, the hearts are off and closer together on one side. I don't know how in the heck I did that. But it happened, and it just is what it is. So I didn't even notice it. I didn't even notice that I messed up until after I already put my glitter and epoxy over it, and it spun around and cured the first time. And then I'm like, what did I do? Oops. But oh well. Anyway, I am just drying these paints as I go, making sure I don't touch it when it's wet, and setting them upside down. And after I did the paints, all of the different colors, I just let them dry overnight. And then I came back the next day to continue working on them with the epoxy and the glitter application. Okay, when I came back the next day to look at these, there was still something missing. I wanted there to be some more sparkle, but I didn't want to put glitter over the whole entire cup, like a glitter additive. That would be too much. And so I was just trying to think about what would be really pretty. And I have these color shifting paints that are so cool looking. And so they all look white. If you zoom in on this video, you might be able to see the shift right now when yep, you can definitely see that shift. But when you pour the paints out, they all look white. But when you start to paint them onto your tumblers or your project and they dry, it gives a shift, and it's so sparkly and pretty. So I did that for each one of these. So I have 4 different shift colors. I kind of matched the shift with the base color of the tumbler, and I'll include those also in the description. And so I did that first, let those dry, and then I decided to add the epoxy with the glitter. For the glitters that I was going to ombre down the base of the tumblers, I wanted something that was like a fine or a medium cut. So I just matched my tumblers with more of the darker shades of glitters that I had that would complement the paint colors on the tumblers, lined them all up so I was nice and organized so I wouldn't accidentally dump like a purple glitter over the top of a pink tumbler or something like that. That would have made me really sad. And then I just used the epoxy hang method to apply my glitters. I don't show the hang method in this video. I have a lot of other videos where I use that method to apply my glitter, but basically you're just putting a very thin coating of epoxy over your tumbler. You don't want it to drip or fall off your tumbler. You just want it to be enough to adhere to, so the glitter has something to adhere to. And then I just tipped my tumblers so that I could see the base, poured the glitter over the base of the tumblers first, and then let it ombre down to touch, to kind of fall maybe about halfway over that top half of the tumbler, just a very light dusting. And then I didn't take the vinyl hearts off of the tumbler until they were already spinning on the arms. I tried really hard not to get my big head in the way of the camera. I have my camera suspended up above my turners, and so I was trying very carefully to get in there and remove these hearts without touching the epoxy or messing up the glitter. I should have had my gloves on. And so once I was in the thick of it, it was a little hard to stop and put my gloves on. So that was a little tricky. I did manage once if I held onto the arm, this tumbler turner was moving all over the place, but if I held onto the arm, I could get a better grip of that heart on both sides and peel it off. But on a couple of these, my remover, my pin pen did slip, and then I did like a little gouge in the glitter sections. And so that was really easy to touch up. I just took an old paintbrush, dabbed a little epoxy on it, tapped that area that I slipped with the glitter, and then reapplied the glitter to that section. So that was super easy. And I did that for each one of them, and I let those cure. And now I'm ready to cut out the vinyl pieces and apply those to each of the tumblers. Not yet. I'm not ready for vinyl yet. Before I apply the vinyl to the tumblers, I need to sand down the epoxy to get rid of any rough edges, to make sure it's nice and smooth, to get rid of the epoxy on the edges of the tumblers and sand down the edge, to expose some of the glass so that the epoxy will make a good seal. And I'm also going to pop out these little straw plugs from each of the lids and then take off the plastic ring and paint each of the tops to match the base of each tumbler, and then apply the same glitter that I applied to each tumbler. I'm going to cure those with UV resin. So I'm using acrylic paints. I'm going to put 2 layers of paint over the top of each of the lids, and then I'm going to apply a very, very light amount of UV resin, sprinkle on the glitter, cure the UV resin, apply another layer of UV resin, cure it, sand it, apply a third layer of UV apply a third layer of UV resin to each lid, and then cure it again. So that's 3 layers of UV resin. The first one is for the glitter. Second one is to go over the top of the glitter, sand it, and then apply my final layer of resin. And then those lids will be done. To get rid of the epoxy at the top of each tumbler, I just scrape it with my craft knife and then angle my craft knife as I scrape it along the outside. Use my sand block to get rid of any extra little bits that are stuck on there. And so I just kind of angle my craft knife a little bit, go around the tumbler, and then I do a deeper angle, go around the tumbler again until I have a nice amount of that glass exposed. And then for my final layer of epoxy, I want to make sure that that epoxy runs up over the top of that exposed glass to make sure that everything is sealed in. So I do that for each tumbler, and it's just going around and around, catching that knife with the tip, trying not to, you have to have a really sharp craft knife so you don't accidentally chip your paint as you're running it along the rim of your tumbler. After I do that, I'm going to use my sanding block, just a medium grit. There aren't any numbers on these sanding blocks, so I don't know what grit it is, to lightly sand all the areas, make sure there aren't any big chunks of glitter sticking up anywhere, and then spritz rubbing alcohol on a paper towel one more time to get rid of that sanding block residue, and then it's ready to add my vinyl decals. For my vinyl, I chose some color shifting vinyls that picked up the colors of each of the tumblers. So there's like a opal purple color shift, a pinkish yellow, a reddish orange. One of them I think is just straight turquoise, like a foil turquoise vinyl. Just all the color shifts that matched the colors of the tumblers. The red one wasn't, I didn't really love the red orange shift. It didn't match my red, like I was thinking or hoping, but it's close enough. So it still looks really cute. So I just did that for all of them and applied my vinyls right over the top of the peekaboo opening. Oh, there's my dog shaking. All of these are permanent vinyls, and I really have no idea where I got these sheets from. They were all loose leaf in my vinyl containers. They were not in a package. So I just dug through my pile and I found ones that were pretty. So I don't know if I got them from Amazon or if I got them from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I really have no idea. And originally I was going to put these outline hearts over the top of the peekaboo area so you could see the suspended glitter, and then I was going to do the conversation words smack dab in the middle of the hearts, just like you would a conversation heart candy. And then when I started putting the hearts on for the outline and I was looking at the words would cover so much of the suspended glitter that I didn't like that. I thought it was too much. And so what I decided to do instead, I thought it would be cute to put the words on the base of the tumbler. So here's one of the ones that I messed up. I thought, I don't know what I was thinking, that those hearts were, you know, straight across from one another. And then you can see how large that one gap is between the hearts and how small the other gap is. So those ones are totally not aligned or symmetrical. And it was, you could tell it was kind of irritating me because I kept looking at it back and forth, thinking, should I put something between that big gap, those hearts on the side that has the big gap? Should I just leave it alone? I'm just like, meh, just leave it. Just let it be. Before I applied my last layer of epoxy, I took them outside, spray painted each one of them with clear gloss Rust-Oleum 2x spray paint, waited for that to totally dry. I only did one layer, but it was a pretty thick layer of spray paint. Waited for that to totally dry, make sure that none of the vinyl lifted underneath that spray paint, and then I applied my final layer of epoxy. And here is the final result. These turned out so cute. I am so happy with them, and I can't wait to see if you decide to make some of these. And if you do, please tag me or send me a picture. I would love to see your creations. Thank you so much for watching.